What did you smoke?
Rebirth is one of the fundamental concepts in numerology. According to this theory, it is believed that every living being's soul transmigrates or recycles after death, carrying the seeds of karmic impulses from the life just completed into another life and a lifetime of karmas. The cycle continues except for those who consciously break the cycle by reaching moksha.
Now, if the same soul is supposed to be born again and again and again, where are so many new souls coming from? Why is the population increasing?
According to the Big Bang Theory, our universe sprang into existence as a singularity in about just 3 seconds around 13.7 billion years ago. Infinitesimally small, infinitesimally hot, infinitesimally dense, and infinitesimally powerful. And that singularity was capable of multiplying by chain reaction. It inflated and expanded continuously and is still continuing to expand. And what are we? A small particle inside it? Inside the universe where nothing goes nowhere. Energies continuously implode and explode to create higher and higher levels of energy. Energy recycled or reborn as new energy.
The processes that are going on around us are not very simple ones. They are very complicated, like a jigsaw puzzle. We just try to get bits and pieces and try to gather them together and try to form a whole picture. And these bits and pieces of information can be our core numbers or rather all the numbers in our blueprint. They can suggest a basic projection of our past, present, and future. Our souls are known to be transmigrating from one body to another body, and while it transmigrates, it carries all these energies and information that it has collected in its lifetime. All the vibrations that we have in our energy field, or I can rather say, all the numbers that are present in our blueprint are actually the information that we have collected or stored during the several previous lifetimes. But what about the numbers that are totally missing? Well, the numbers which are totally not present or are totally missing are called the karmic lesson numbers. These numbers are indicative of the vibrations which are totally missing from our energy field. We have not experienced these vibrations in the past and we are not familiar with them, we do not understand them. And in this life, we actually have the opportunity to understand them and know about them. These vibrations might keep on appearing and reappearing in our lives unless and until we get to know them, understand them, and act upon them.
Out here, I'd like to clear a very common confusion amongst people, and that is they are often seen to be referring to something called the karmic number when they actually mean the birthday number, which is the particular day number of our date of birth. Now, there are two categories of numbers which are very important. One is the karmic lesson numbers, which we just discussed, and the second is karmic debt numbers. Now, what are the karmic debt numbers? Do they have a connection with the past lives? Do they mean something to do with the debts that we have accumulated? What is it?
Now, to understand this, we actually have to understand the principle of karma first. Karma is a word in Sanskrit which means deeds. It says, whatever we would do would come back to us. Whatever we would sow, we would reap. And everything would be stored in the form of information which would be passed on to the next life. Every energy or vibration that we are collecting would just not go away just like that. It would actually become a part of the whole, or the whole energy that is called our soul. Usually, people fear the karmic debt numbers a lot, thinking that something unknown might happen in their lives which might bring trouble to them, which might hinder their progress in some way or the other. But in reality, everything is actually created by us. We are at every moment emitting frequencies which is creating a chain of situations around us. Easier said than done. I myself create a lot of troubles which I face.
Let us have a look at the double digit codes 13, 14, 16, and 19. 1 is the indicator of self, and the numbers that follow 1 indicate the areas in which selfishness was played in the past. When 3 follows 1, that is 13, it means that you have been frivolous and superficial in the past instead of being creative and motivating. And this lifetime of yours is an opportunity to really work hard and resolve the issues. When 4 follows 1, that is 14, it means that stability and security was being misused. As you did not value security and stability, now you have to learn to adapt to ever changing situations. When 6 follows 1, that is 16, it means that you took love for granted. Love is the ultimate form of spirituality. In this life, you have an opportunity to learn about love, spirituality, and humility. When 9 follows 1, that is 19, it means that divine wisdom that you had was used only for personal benefits. This life is an opportunity for you to understand that no man is an island, and at some point we all need support and togetherness. 0 is a number which is actually the absence of any number. 0 is nothingness or the universe itself. 0, if present in your core numbers, is considered to be a gift of divine intuition, an indication of an old soul. Usually, obviously, 0 follows a number, and whenever it follows a number, the potential of that particular number is magnified. Whether it is 1, 2, or 3, all the potentials of these numbers are magnified. When it specifically follows 1, that is 10, it would be considered to be the wheel of fortune. 10 also has something to do with past life karma, but is not a karmic debt number. It is a number that rather indicates freedom from all debts of the past, renewal and rebirth, and you're again free to create a new series of karma all over again. When it appears in your cycles, fresh karma points can again be earned. There also can be hidden zeros in the form of challenge numbers. When 0 appears as a challenge number, you shall be offered many opportunities to serve humanity. With the 0 challenge, any selfless act would bring you much happiness. 0 urges you to begin your spiritual journey. When you listen to your higher self, you shall find all answers.
Master numbers, which is 11 or any multiple of 11, is known to be endowed with special powers or some special blessings. And even when a master number time, a cycle, period, or pinnacle is activated during our life, it is known to be a very demanding time, and we come into focus during that time. And as we know, any kind of blessing or special power that we have collected it from the past by encashing upon some karma points. The soul urge number is also a very important clue to the past. The soul urge, which is the addition of all the vowels in our name reduced to a single digit, or if you have a master number, you have to retain the double digit, is a very important clue. Soul urge means deepest desire, what we truly and deeply want. Why do we want it? Why is it so important for us? Why do we believe that it is ours? Probably we might have won it in the past. We might have learned it and mastered it in the past. The soul urge is a direct clue to what we have mastered. Maybe it has nothing to do with the lessons that we have to learn in this life, the path that we have to follow in this life. The soul urge 1 is known to be having one leadership in the past. The soul urge 2 has been the power behind the throne. If it is an 11, it has been in a spiritual journey for a very, very long time. 5 has won freedom over limitations. 9 has mastered wisdom, has been an adept master. So you see, you are right now so aware of the seeds of the past. You know it, you have the feeling inside of what your past has been. And our consciousness is changing all the time. Nothing is static, everything is changing. We are constantly creating new karma as well. Whenever we are acting with intent, we are creating a new karma. Everything around us is changeable. Even Earth is constantly changing by attracting more and more cosmic dust. Even the heart is changing. Heart, which we consider to be a permanent organ or a permanent significator of aliveness, is changing. Typically, a muscle cell of the heart lasts for a decade. So, when you meet a person who is in his 50s, about half of his heart cells are already renewed and replaced. There are theories in science which say that the first life evolved on Earth via abiogenesis, meaning chemical reactions between two things which were not alive, which were not organic. Interesting. Can we create life like that again? And some other theories like panspermia say that life always existed throughout the universe and has been distributed by asteroids and meteorites. Does that mean we are aliens? All in all, the scientific understanding of the origin of the universe and the first life on Earth is still very confusing. Where we came from and where would we go still remains a mystery. And we just have pieces of the complicated jigsaw, and the rest remains open to imagination.